Hi, and welcome to a Tesla in Iceland. We thought we'd start by introducing ourselves and telling you how we got the car and why we're making videos. I'm Johan, and this is my wife.
Hi, I'm Hilda.
I've been following electric cars for a while now, and when Tesla came along, finally there was something interesting. The Roadster, of course, and the Model S. About a year ago, 15 months ago, we test drove. And that was a big mistake because, well, if you test drive, you buy. Not being rich made it kind of difficult, so we sold our house. No, sorry, not house. We sold our apartment in Reykjavik and moved to Selfoss, which is 55 kilometers from Reykjavik. That should be okay because the commute is more fun in a Tesla and of course cost about the same. And it does. Driving to Selfoss and back costs about the same as a single ticket in the bus system here in Reykjavik. But it's a lot of bus tickets to pay for in advance, so we had to sell our apartment, we had to sell our current car, then current car, which was a four-wheel drive Skoda, and we had to use, all of our savings. So if you don't have money, don't test drive a Tesla. That's just dangerous. Of course we didn't have money to buy the most powerful one, so we decided on a just 85. When we ordered in late August, early September of 2014, there was no D. So we compromised. My opinion was there should be a four-wheel drive option, but there wasn't one. So we decided to compromise. Just the Norwegians are saying that this is a great car in snow, and so okay. Rear-wheel drive. Close enough. But luckily in October they announced the D and we managed to change our order to a four-wheel drive version. We didn't get all the bells and whistles, just basic seats. We actually though got this the third row. And the biggest battery on the third row, that's about, and cold weather package because we live in Iceland. That's about it. And then of course the four-wheel drive when that became available. This meant that the waiting time was 9 months. We got the car exactly 100 days ago today. It's the 6th of September now. And we've driven it 9,800 kilometers in those 100 days. So it's not just been sitting in the garage. It's a great car. And the only, of course, you get regrets all the time when you're not in the car. Then it's, you spent too much money on a car. Way too much money. Then you go in the car and say, so it seems about right. Yep. Okay. Seems about right for this car, yeah. So, we sold our apartment in a suburb of Reykjavik. My commute was 5 kilometers each way. So yeah, we added 50 kilometers to my commute. But those 50 kilometers meant that we could buy a house with a garden and a garage and get some money, a third of the car price actually, that way. Then we sold our Skoda. That's a sixth of the car price. We had some savings, just over a sixth of the car price, and then we borrowed less than a third. It was 27% of the car price. So we stretched a bit, but the car's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it, but it's a stretch that we don't recommend. If you're coming from an Audi or BMW or Mercedes, do it. Maybe depending on the car, you should be saving money in 2 or 3 years. Maybe even sooner if you have a high-end car. Well, if you would have gone in the high-end section. Our car, when we bought it, it was 376 horsepower. From the time we bought it until we got it delivered, it went up to 422 horsepower. So, and from 5.6 seconds to 100 kilometers to 4.4. No other car does this. You never buy a car and then it gets better. That's only a Tesla. We got the 85D, not the performance model, so no bells and whistles, just the third row. So as cheap as we could possibly do it, and still 3 times more than any other car we bought. But since we sold our apartment, the loan was about the same as the last time we bought a car. Maybe even a little bit cheaper. Lower monthly payment. The bad thing is that in Iceland, monthly the interest rates are really high. I think it's 8.4 or something, 8.6% that we're paying interest. So we factor that into our equations. Just put everything in Excel, of course, and it turns out it would be about 10 years for us to break even. Okay, that's a lot. That's a long time, but we're the type of people that own cars for a long time. The Skoda was 7 years old when we sold it, and we have a 17-year-old Honda Civic, and actually are probably going to keep that until we can buy another Tesla Model 3. We use that one mostly for going places where parking is a contact sport. When we are not sure that we can park somewhere where the car is safe. So it's good to have. It doesn't use much gas. It's about 7 liters per 100 kilometers. So In Iceland, that's 1,400 kroner per 100 kilometers. That's the gas price today, which has gone down a bit. It was at least 10-15% more. So, 1,400. That's 4 times what we pay for the 100 kilometers in our Tesla. At least 4 times. So that's that. The downside of having a Tesla in Iceland is there are no public charging stations that we can use without buying the shadow adapter, which is kind of expensive here. It costs about 3 times as much as in Denmark for some reason. There are 7 shadows in the Reykjavik area and 3 within about 50 kilometer radius, 60 kilometer radius. So there's one in our town of Selfoss, there's another in Keflavik where the international airport, the main international airport is, and there's one in Borgarnes, which is when you're going northwest, to the north part of the country. There are no chargers outside of those places yet. There are no superchargers in Iceland yet. Hopefully, since there are already about 40 or 45 Teslas in Iceland and 50 Model X have been reserved, hopefully there will be some within a year. There is the second largest town in Iceland called Akureyri. It's 370 kilometers from Reykjavik, so you have to drive rather carefully if you want to go there. With one supercharger station on the way, maybe two chargers, four booths, that would be just safe, no problem. But right now you have to drive the speed limit or slightly below, and then have nothing when you come to Akureyri. You have to charge immediately somewhere. There are no public charging stations there, so you need to have friends. Like I said, so hopefully this will change soon. There's a political party that wants to make Iceland gas-free, and this movement is gaining. So, actually, not that political party that's been losing. Yeah, that's almost disappeared. But there are others. Hopefully, all of them will just adopt this, because this is the future. We just can't keep burning fossil fuels. It's killing us. I mean, I'm not worried about the earth, I'm worried about humanity. Without changing the way we use energy, we will die out. That's a certain. So, we started with a Tesla. Maybe should have gone with a Leaf first, but yeah. Living in, well, perhaps a Leaf would have made us be able to stay in Reykjavik, but I drive a lot for work, so a Leaf just doesn't cut it. Tesla does. I haven't had any issues with range, even though I can only charge at home. Of course, for peace of mind, it would be nice to have a adapter or a supercharger somewhere. Range anxiety? No, none. However, we haven't been able to travel as much as we wanted to. Not yet. That's although that's maybe because of the weather this year. The summer got cancelled. Yeah. And actually, the best weather all summer was on in and around Selfoss, so I can't complain. Even though I am. Yeah. At first, we're gonna make a few tips and tricks videos. You know, how to live with the Tesla. What those are directed at new owners and people that are considering buying a Tesla. Then a few road trips. We actually want to visit some of the power stations around Iceland, and we have actually visited one called Búrfell. Yeah, that's Icelandic. We haven't. That was in late July, and so we should have had it up by now. But yeah, the thing is, we're both introverts. This is going really far outside our comfort zone. Publishing videos on YouTube. So bear with us. If we are, you know, maybe a little clumsy, I don't know. This isn't what we do. This is really outside of our comfort zone. Yeah. Talking about the Model X. No, I didn't talk about the Model X. I haven't said anything about the Model X yet, except that there are 50 reservations in Iceland for the Model X, which should, well, I've seen a few videos. It looks really good, and the screenshots from the configurator for the Signature series, it looks pretty good. And the front end, which you can't see on those videos, yeah, it's nice. I've seen some shots of that. There's a referral scheme, let's call it that, going on. Yeah, program going on with Tesla. Those that get 10 referrals can buy the Model X fully loaded for the base price. I would like that. I don't have money to keep both cars, obviously, so probably I would sell my 850 to buy an X. But that's 10 referrals, so that's a lot in 1.5 months. I don't think that's gonna happen. But still, the referral link is in the description, so but the referral the referral link is in the discount. No. She derailed my train of thought. Okay. My referral link is in the description. If you want to get $1,000 discount from your car. full disclosure, I will be getting $1,000 credit in the Tesla store, and if there are enough referrals, some other perks. I think 5 I get invited to the opening of the Gigafactory, and 10, as I said before, is on Model X. For fully loaded Model X for the base price. Well, thanks for watching, and same as every channel, please like, subscribe, comment if you liked, or have some comments. Hopefully we'll have something interesting for you to watch later on.